Hi, everyone. Hope you had a good, hopefully long weekend. Welcome to Angel Spaces. If you're new to our Twitter Spaces, I'm A, your host, and you can catch us here every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're not already familiar with the DeFi Angels, we are the premier investment community of DeFi, bringing in smart capital and incorporating our pillars, which include our women's investment network, social equity, and advocacy. Our work also includes project vetting, and we have partnerships with a number of crypto friendly services, including taxes, mining, and IRAs. Please check out our website, defiangels.com, for more information. Follow our Twitter for updates on what's happening in all of our groups, and feel free to join our Telegram groups as well. That includes our deal flow channel, our discovery channel, which exposes scams, and for the women out there, our women's investment network. And then our main chat, which focuses on blue chips and general info. Please also welcome Susie. She is behind the scenes here, letting folks in as speakers. Hi, Susie.
Hi.
And please welcome our guests. So I'm really been looking forward to this space this week, our meme madness, mostly because it was a meme, probably the most successful meme of 2021, in fact, which brought me to crypto. And it definitely wasn't just me. Crypto blew up last year, continues to do so. And to me, memes are kind of what makes the space exciting and fun. They help provide a lot of variety to the crypto investment options out there. So, without further ado, please welcome our guests this week. Chameleonaire, please introduce yourself and your community.
Hi, my name's Chameleonaire. I'm part of the Kuma Inu army. We're a community-based token, and we launched last June. We really just all about community. That's the main focus of our token. The building of the community just enables us to do everything that we plan to do and have done so far. And we're thank you for having us. Just thank you for hosting, and excited to be here.
Excited to have you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Pablo, please introduce yourself and your community.
What's going on, guys? This is Pablo Crow, and I'm here to, represent Volt Inu. Volt launching December 19th. We're actually about to complete our 4 months tomorrow. Just recently migrated, which we're going to talk about that, I'm guessing, and just got listed on the top tier exchange. So about to get exciting.
Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Very excited about everything that is happening in your community as well. Marco, you're next.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Marco, and I'm here to represent on behalf of CWI, so Crypto Wrestling Inu, which is a token that we could get a little bit more in depth with and a little bit to do more around the community for wrestling and wrestlers all around the world.
Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Peanut Butter, as he is known, please let me know what you would like me to call you, but please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, thanks a lot for this opportunity. I'm Alfred Duller. I'm from France and I speak on behalf of DogeCube, which is Radix first meme coin Inu and ambassador. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. So I have a few questions. I mean, I really wanted this to be kind of an organic discussion. I know there are folks from all of your communities in here, as well as the DeFi Angels community, and we all love memes. We always joke about how much we love our Inus. So I guess the first question is really just a general question, and it's for any of our guests, and also, folks, for anybody in the audience, if you do want to come up and speak, you can press the request button. Susie will let you up. I think we have 4 open spots for speakers. They do limit the number of speakers that we can have. So if you do come up, once you're done, you can go back into the audience just so we can continue to make room for folks that want to come up. So again, the first question, very general question. Why memes? What is the draw? Why are they so popular?
So does anybody just answer the question or what?
Anybody can talk. This is open discussion. I'm
uh,
really here to facilitate, and if I have a couple cents to throw
gotcha,
in, I will. But this is your chance to
gotcha.
talk about your projects, your communities, your journey here, and just kind of meme tokens in general.
Well, yeah, I think the most exciting part about meme tokens is that you actually have an opportunity to turn $1,000 into a million. You know, when you look at investing in the top 100, for example, let's say you wanna buy Cardano right now. It's hard to make $1 million. It already had a massive run. It already done a lot of great things. So you put $1,000 in Cardano, for example, you might be lucky if you double it, in a long time, in the rest of the year maybe. So meme tokens come in and give you an opportunity to do that 10x, 100x, 1,000x, or 10,000x, and that's what makes it exciting. Yeah, it's a little bit more risky, but I mean, are you here just to make a paycheck, or are you here to get free? Like, what's the plan?
I agree. I mean, that's why I've stuck around with memes. That's why, and that's honestly for me, that's also the draw for getting new people into the space too, it seems. Because once they hear about the opportunity for those big returns, that's when their ears perk up. Because when you talk about crypto, otherwise they're like, it's a scam, it's this and that. But, if you can back it up and, show some real examples or be an example, for somebody who's had some success in a space, then that really, to me, seems to be the biggest draw, to get people in. And also for younger people, to get interested in investments, because finance investments traditionally are kind of seen, to attract a certain type of person, I guess. And crypto in general is just, it's open to everybody. Anybody can be an investor, whether you have $100, a dollar, even to invest, you can participate.
Yes, and also to add on to that, I think that with the first meme that really shot up everything, which was I think it was Dogecoin, and then Shiba Inu did what they did. Um, I think it opened the floor for I think it opened the door, the floor, everything for new developers to get into the space. I really think that it's a huge focus and a huge um business that it opened. Unfortunately, we've all been through some very risky projects. There's a lot of bad actors in the space, but within those bad actors, you get some really great people behind some really great projects. And sometimes they just take advantage of whatever is it out there. You know, whether it's dog coins, whether it's birds, whether it's there's a bunch of them. Whether it's anime tokens, it opens up the space for a lot of projects to take advantage of that, and all you need is that first push. Because I'll go ahead and share my story real quick. I began crypto last year, and I got into Volt Inu when Volt Inu was 70K, 120K, and I foolishly sold my entire bag when it went to like 2 millions, and I never wanted to hear about Volt Inu again. And Pablo's my boy. I love Pablo. We talk all the time, but I never wanted to hear about Volt Inu again. So it really does give you the opportunity. For example, I admire what Pablo has done in the space, where you just get behind a laptop and you start making videos, and it's this opportunity for a bunch of people in the space, which is crazy. So what other platform do people have that could connect? You can't go out to a park or a bar or have dinner with your usual friends if you want to talk about DeFi. You want to talk about gas fees, for example. They're gonna be like, "Wait, what do you mean? Like gas is high? We all know that gas, actual gas for your car is high." But this space is. I have a lot of hope in this space. If you got in rugged or you got in scammed, keep your head up. Is the only thing I can say. That there's projects like the ones that we're here representing today that could clear up the space, and that's what we're hoping for, right? Somebody like Pablo, somebody like Redix, these other folks that are also here. I mean, we're here to represent some great projects with some great ambitions and some great goals that they have.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that representing great projects versus scam projects, it's just like any other business or anything else. There's always going to be the good, there's always going to be the bad. But I was thinking more about when I got this question, what's the draw? What's the, why are they so popular? And it's funny, I keep coming back to my freshman art class. They were doing a presentation on Egypt and the hieroglyphics and just different art throughout time, and it came to our generation, and it was a meme, and there was a picture of a meme, and to me, it really just speaks to how much we've got this generation that's grown up with this amazing new tool, the internet, and memes have emerged from that. And they used to be, chat rooms or blogs, but now, that's evolved into Facebook, and now we see memes on Facebook, and so I think that approach, that fun approach, is definitely a huge draw to people, because kind of like A said, it's for the longest time, it's really attracted a certain type, and I think that this is kind of the cultures growing towards what's attractive to, you know, the controlling bodies. I myself am getting older. Memes are getting older and evolving and changing, and it's funny to see that they're not what they are, or not what they were so long ago. But to see that this leg of crypto has emerged from this, and it's just this fun thing right now because it's so new and you can make so much money, and there are such great communities and such great coins, and there's unfortunately a lot of scams out there also, but it's definitely, it's attractive because it's our culture. We've primed up money with our culture, and we've been able to build these little communities to find our niche, and plug into people that have the same mindset or the same ideal of community, or find the same memes, those same types of humor and things. So that's kind of why I think it's booming right now, because it's who we are as a culture.
I absolutely agree. And I was just thinking, just kind of the friendly meme, kind of lowers that feel of there being a barrier to entry into this space. But beyond that, there have been now a couple of tokens that have cracked, the top 20, top 10, and are more, than just a joke. So I think, to me, they're kind of here to stay. Um, and they're just, they're a fun part of crypto. They're the most fun part of crypto, I think, and the communities are probably the most hyped of all.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And just even thinking, I mean, how integrated again memes are in your everyday life. I mean, you get emails from companies with memes and emojis, and I mean, it is so heavily integrated into, you know, and obviously different nationalities or different groups have different understandings of, but they still have memes. I mean, they it's really crazy to just see how that's how we've decided to kind of communicate and have fun right now. And hey, I'm on board with it. I love it.
Yeah, we all love it. We definitely all love it, and these are the things that we all jump on to invest in. Also, you know what I mean? Not that I think a lot of us also do have, some kind of more serious, maybe some more stable investments that, we put money in as well. But I feel like, I mean, obviously all of us on this call, but um, I feel like most people in crypto have at least a small percentage of their portfolio in memes, just because, there's the fun, and there's, the potential that's there. Um, Given that we have 4 projects here, I did want to ask all of you to talk a little bit more about your projects. What is special about your project specifically? What sets your project apart from the other memes that are out there? You can start with Radix.
Thanks for the opportunity to speak about that. First, to addition to what everybody else's project said regarding meme coins, which are all truths. Sorry for my bad English. It's 3 a.m. here. Regarding DogeCube, I'm in crypto since 2013, 2014, and I've read a lot about all the different iteration of blockchain, which is really passionate. Almost a philosophical question, like blockchain, POW, POS, DAG, block trees, everything underlying this absolutely incredible technology. And I realize, like in most high tech domains, you have like three spots. The first one, which is Bitcoin, the best one, which can of course debate what blockchain is the best one for another hours. It's so long. It's really a deep question, and what I call crap coin, everything else. And along all those years, I realized that there is a spot for the best one in all the among all the last parts, like a yes, like Dogecoin, show everybody, show us how it is possible to just with fun create a community, create hype, even if behind that you don't really understand what blockchain is. You can onboard new people in this passionate area and technology. This is really an incredible opportunity for new people, not really tech-wise, to deep dive inside this environment. And this is where DogeCube emerged from Radix. Radix is really high-level technology with sharding questions, scalability questions, security questions, and among that, following this community for years, I realized maybe a funny part is needed along all this geeky technological discussion going for hours and days. This is where DogeCube, I think, really found his sweet spot as helping onboarding all new members in crypto, which are having all those questions and help them understand the technology. And of course, having the fun part too by building this community. I hope it answer a bit where we came from and where we're going.
Thank you so much for that. And I thank you for staying up with us so late for you. And folks, for anyone who's not familiar with our projects, we have linked tweets for each one of our guest projects up top. So feel free to join their communities and follow them as well as the DeFi Angels. Marco, can you tell us a little bit about CWI?
Sure. Yes. CWI was created by a group of developers that are KYC, and their contract has been audited by TechRate. They are based out of Australia, and they have themselves a background in wrestling in the UK and also in Australia, and they have connections basically with a lot of folks. They just finished having one of their biggest Twitter spaces on Friday with a legendary Mick Foley, who was known for like three different names. He totally supports the project. One of the terms that we've seen in this space as far as like meme coins is, a utility, right? What kind of utility are you providing? What kind of utility are you giving us? Their main utility is based around giving back to wrestlers. They've also came out with their own swap, so you could purchase ETH directly through their portal, and then you could swap it, for CWI. And again, this is a story that began basically off other projects, right? There's enough space in this. There's enough room in this space of DeFi for projects to share platforms. So we know that RBI and a couple other projects did great to give back to the communities, right? And there shouldn't be hate between any projects or any differences. So any play to earn game should be partnered and share thoughts within communities, right? I think that that's one of the things that we really need to take to the next level. And actually, this space is doing it right now. right? So where you guys are bringing in projects that are not so much similar to what we do, but you're definitely bringing us together. And then obviously, our audience comes to this. So one of the things that sets us apart really is, I wouldn't say so much, we're here for the community, we're here for financial freedom, and then we're also here to give back to the community itself within crypto wrestlers. So, a lot of these folks, they have a hard time, with training. COVID pretty much took a lot of that time in gym and all that stuff for them. We're also giving back. And when I mean we're also, I mean, CWI is giving back to schools and within communities, whether it's in the UK or in the US. They already have a few schools planned in New York where they're giving back to schools, like for wrestling mats, wrestling equipment, after school programs. Really, it's all to give right back to the community, right? So a portion of their taxes go to that. A portion of their taxes also go back to the actual wrestlers, and then a portion of that goes to community giveaways, buybacks, burns, that usual stuff. So I don't want to completely say that it sets us apart really from other memes, because we're here for the community, just like many, many, many memes. So, we're trying to clean up the space, and I think that they're doing a phenomenal job giving back to the community.
Thank you. Mick Foley, he's a tough guy. He is probably one of the toughest wrestlers of all time. I'm a
Well,
little
you
bit
you'd
of a
be you
WWE geek.
you'd be surprised. It took us three spaces to get him to know how to use the space. He didn't he didn't know how to do it right off the bat. So it took us some time to get there, but we got his support. We got Kurt Angle's support as well too, which is he's a gold medalist. He's an Olympian, world champion. So we have some good support, and we're building on that, right? And little by little, good steady projects that are there for the community. Those are the projects that I like to be a part of with. Pro- Nearly not all the projects. This is one thing I want to say. Not all projects will give you that 1000x in 24 hours, 48 hours, but that's fine. Because if you believe in the project, if you see activity from the devs, if you see hardworking folks from the community, so you have Radix, you have Pablo, you have Camilo, you have people that are there for the community and want to help out, that should feel like a safe investment. Almost equivalent as to have it in a stable coin.
Absolutely. Chameleonaire, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So, Kuma, I really struggled with getting on here and just reading the white paper because it's really that good. Um, I personally, that's what hooked me. I It was announced in a group that I was a part of, and I was between it and another coin, and I thought, let me just check them out, and I did some research and read the white paper, and I haven't read it too many times since, honestly, because it was that memorable. Um, Basically, Kuma is all about decentralization, and to me, the main the most interesting draw about Kuma was effectively the infinite money loop that you can attain by entering the Kuma Inu ecosystem. So effectively, when you buy Kuma, we currently have our breeder launched right now, which is a staking platform where we allow you to stake Kuma, stake LP pair of Kuma or DKuma, which is our DEX governance token. We allow a few other meme tokens, and we actually have the potential to add other meme tokens to that to the breeder right now. And what pays out is DKuma. DKuma is the planned governance token of our DEX that will be launched soon. Our dev actually has a launch date picked just for anybody listening. So what happens with the DEX? It's a 25x meme leverage platform where you can, just like all these lovely memes we're talking about, meme coins we're talking about, they can be added to the DEX, and we know people love leveraging, 25x huge gains to be made. So the beauty of the DEX is that all you need is USDC. We welcome anybody. You don't even have to be a Kuma holder. So, you come in with your USDC and you leave with your USDC. So it's open to anybody with a wallet with USDC anywhere, which is huge. So what you do with your DKUMA is you then stake it to take part in the gains that will be made from the platform, from the DEX. So as more people, partake in the DEX, that money is collected into the DKUMA vault, and so half of it goes back into the holders, or back into the back into the DKUMA breeder to be paid out in USDC. So then once you're, and obviously that's proportional to however much DKUMA you have staked. The more DKUMA you have staked, the more of those earnings and that you can partake in. So once you earn USDC, which that's another beautiful thing, it's paid out in USDC because again, that's what all of the users are bringing to the platform. So then once you have your USDC, you take it and you put it in the Kuma vault. And so you earn interest on your USDC, which is then paid out in it's called a K token. And you can put that into our vessel, which then allows you to partake in making decisions about the Kuma ecosystem, marketing, all those different types of things. And so, effectively, again, it just turns into an infinite money loop. You buy some Kuma, which, like I said, I bought, it's almost been a year ago. And I've been staking as long as I absolutely could, earning as much DKUMA as I absolutely could. When the DEX comes out, I'll be staking for sure and start, to earn my share of that USDC payout. And I'm gonna, do exactly as I'm explaining. And the beauty of this is that you get to a place where you really don't have to do anything. You're just earning this passive income, and it's really, again, I mean, I can't stop referring to it as an infinite money loop because it sets you up for generational wealth. And that's a term that a lot of people like to use, but I mean, truthfully, it just as long as these things continue being used and the DEX continues to be in use, and I believe that tokens will continue on. I believe that this will be a part of finance for the long haul, and so then again, I think all these spaces will continue to be a thing because it's part of our culture. So Kuma has this beautiful platform, this beautiful ecosystem set up to just attract people that it's still early. I believe the market cap right now is around 20 million. So I mean, we're still ready, ready for any holder, ready for anybody to come check us out, and come find me in the Telegram, find any of the mods, and we'll explain more to you. But like I said, read the white paper. It's a beautiful thing.
You've said a few of my favorite words: passive income, staking. I love it. And I got to say, I'm not a current Kuma investor, but I'm definitely going to check it out because I love reading a good white paper. There are so few of them out there.
Well, I will tell you, you're as close to the floor as you're gonna get. In my non-financial advice, now would be a good time to check it out. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, and for everyone listening, 20 mil is a pretty low market cap still. If it may seem like a lot if you're new to this space, but it's definitely still, pretty low entry for a lot of these early projects.
Yeah, and zoom out on that chart too, because we've been our all-time high has been well above that. So, and that's still just with the breeder. Like I said, Dex is about to be coming soon, so that's probably going to blow past that all-time high. That's my thought.
Nice. Thank you for that, Pablo. I'll reread the questions here. What's special about your project? What sets it apart from other memes? I mean, I personally know because I happened to be on Volt's call last night. But can you talk a little bit about what's different about Volt?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we're here, right? Let's get it. Yeah. So, first of all, when I found Volt, it was probably about 3 hours into right after launch. About 3 hours after launch, that's when I found Volt. I just witnessed a massive pump and dump in the project. I saw this thing dump about 90%, and I'm just staring at this project, and I'm thinking like, huh, Volt, a Disney dog, and the logo was literally the Disney dog. And I'm thinking, well, that's attractive, but definitely copyright. But, I realized that it was a market strategy. I had no idea. I had no idea what the hell, who was behind this project. I had no freaking clue. I just saw a Disney dog. I was like, hell yeah, sign me up, Scotty. So, I bought the floor level right then and there. Then I reached out to Boltoshi and I was like, look, man, I see that this community is a little tough. I'm an influencer and I feel like I can help you. So we connected, and next thing you know, we start moving things around. We start having a massive run. Within a week, that thing hit 17 million. And yeah, it was probably the most massacred dump I ever seen in my life. It went all the way back down to 1 million. So what I want to tell people is that in that process, I gather up some of the best influencers in the crypto space. I gather up some of the best promoters, some of the greatest investors from Shiba, Doge, all over the place. I've been gathering up an army, and I've been building the floor. That's what I've been doing. I've been building the floor with great investors. People that can actually hold a bag at $100,000, people that can hold a bag at $1 million, that are not afraid to hold all the way to the top. So, while I was focusing on building the community, person by person by person by person, Boltoshi was in the background, doing the development. And for those that don't know, we just got done going through a migration, and we partnered up with Everrise, which is a massive company, and we just got listed on Glomex, which is one of the top tier exchanges. And we got about eight top tier exchanges lined up next, already signed contracts, ready to go, and they're going to be announced. And right now, both of our contracts, our Binance and our Ethereum, are about to hit $100 million market cap. And all I can tell you guys is that we're just getting warmed up. This is the beginning. You know, I made a video on my YouTube just recently today, talking about how we're going to take Volt to $50 billion, and I believe we can do that because we have the right community, we have the army, we have the people, we have the investors, we have the developing team. I mean, we got everything we need to make it happen. So, when people left us at 17 million, I told them the same thing. Look, just stick around. We're gonna send this to the top. There's nothing out there that's gonna compare to us. We're gonna be the best. We're gonna be bigger than Shiba. We're gonna be bigger than Doge. Nothing against the grandfathers and nothing against any other project, because I have recently even made a video about the wrestling token that I actually am a big fan of the project because I love wrestling. So I'm also invested in, and I'm invested in a couple other things. But at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself what is the project that you are going to back up 110%. You have to decide what project is that you're going to support. And I chose Volt. That's the what I chose. And I'm definitely ready to show the world that the Volt army doesn't mess around. That we're seriously going to take this to the top. So, if you're not holding Volt, I advise you get yourself a little bag, because if you miss Shiba and you miss Doge, you miss Saitama, you miss Shibnobi, don't miss Volt. That's all I can say.
And that is why people love memes. And my next question was, what are the ingredients? What is the recipe for, a successful meme token? And I have to say, community is always pretty consistently one of the most important things for any project, but even more so for meme tokens. So just kind of open question is, for your projects or for your experience in this space, what are the keys to success here?
One thing that I can say is, one thing that Volt has done right, we have kept the VC open 24 hours a day since launch. We're going on 4 months and we have never killed support. Never. You have a question about Volt, come to the Telegram. Come talk to us in person. And that has never stopped and never will. 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter. There's always a guy there waiting to answer a question. It don't matter what time it is. We're there to support you 100%. You want to learn about ledgers? You want to learn about crypto? You want to learn about stocks? Come to Volt. We'll help you.
That's awesome. Want to talk about Radix a little bit? I'm not as familiar with your project, but the utilities seem really, really interesting.
Yes, of course. Well, the community part was a trick question at the beginning, because there is a lot of regulation popping in Europe, and like if you sell your token, you may be like a security. So all those kind of hard question to gather inside your mind. So with the team, we decided to airdrop for free all the tokens, but we had to choose a way to do it on a fair way. So for 6 months, each weekend, we decided to go run meme battles against other Inu meme coins Telegram channels, and post meme in their Telegram channels over the weekend. And each weekend we changed our competitor, and this was a great way to have a lot of fun just by posting meme and being rewarded with free tokens. And I think we try to put the fun back in the meme coin ID, which is originally like memes, and having a good laugh like you can have on a 9gag or 4chan, just by browsing funny pictures. And so we made that during 6 months. And indeed, the next part of such a community is trying to put utility in it. So I see indeed a lot of meme coins are now having their own decentralized exchange, so they can swap the token for money, for USD tokens and stuff like that. And as a Radix ambassador, DogeCube will have this on its roadmap, but on a different way. We will put it as an index. So an index is just the top projects of the Radix protocol. So along the way, we will select all the top projects on Radix that are really great, and that will be a good way to put value inside of the DogeCube token. Being as an ambassador, like Samoyed Coin can be the ambassador of Solana, be the ambassador of Radix as a DogeCube, and of course have an underlying basket of top tokens and projects popping on Radix, as it's really a new protocol with a so disruptive technology. I think it's a really great way to onboard new people and explain them how this big community is growing along the way. Yeah.
Hey, Zaz, welcome.
Hey, thanks for giving me the mic. Yeah, I'm just excited. Of course, everyone knows that I'm like big on Radix and the protocol, and I'm really excited to hear about that. Like kind of looking at it as an index exposure to top Radix projects. I think a lot of people know that, like in meme coins and just crypto in general, of course, being early gives you a huge edge, huge advantage. And so, like with something like with DogeCube and just in general being exposed to the Radix ecosystem, I think like things are moving fast. The network effect is really exploding, but at the same time, we're very early compared to other layer ones. And so like DogeCube being the first meme coin there, it's like the flagship meme, and I'm excited to hold it and see how we go. Like not only as the DogeCube roadmap continues to develop, but also just as Radix starts to meet these milestones in the protocol. I'm going to try and think of more of a question, but I was excited to hear about that index exposure. That's something new to me.
Thanks, Az, for this feedback. And you are a great representative of the DogeCube community. Indeed, we try to gather this along the way, and you're one among the thousands that are now following us. And we really are thrilled and happy to have gathered so much and so many people in the last 6 months to follow this project. And we will try our best, definitely do our best to show how Radix is a top protocol. Even if we are, as an ambassador Memcoin, we have some deep, interesting technology question to support and onboard new people in crypto.
One thing that's also exciting me that's with DogeCube and also a lot of other early projects on Radix is like a sense of really trying to get some fair decentralization, and that although you can buy DogeCube now on certain exchanges, right, it's also that participating in airdrops and just being part of the community and helping and joining memes is oftentimes how all my tokens pretty much are from just participating, and so it's cool that people can get exposure to some of these early projects just by hanging out and getting familiar and kind of joining the fun.
So you've brought up kind of an interesting part of this, which is, utility, because, Doge kind of being the first meme coin really had none. And I think Shiba, when it came in, originally there really wasn't a plan for one, but it kind of, has developed various things. And so, is utility necessary to be successful in this space? Is it something that, does it show kind of a maturing of the space now that a lot of, the projects even here are incorporating utilities into what they're doing?
So if I could, I'll start with that one. I think yes and no. You know, you have to have something that is is a draw, and community has to be there. I firmly believe that. For any of these coins. Um, but furthermore, do you have to have a utility? I think that some of these coins come out and they're like, oh, we're gonna have all these utilities. And I know I just listed off a bunch that Kuma's gonna have. But it's all very cohesive, and each part builds off the next. But a lot of these just kind of seem like kind of thrown together. Let's grab as many of these. As if you've been in the space long, you saw that. Oh man, that's a good idea, and 10 coins came out with that, and then oh man, that's another good idea, and then 20 coins came out with that. So I mean, you know, a lot of these ideas are evolutions that have been happening over the years. But I'll put it this way. So, like I said, I bought into Kuma in June of last year, and I was actually between, like I said, it and another project, and the other project I was looking at was actually sinking a lot of money and about to do a huge marketing push, and so I was, that was an eye raiser because hey, spending money on marketing, getting our name out there, that's good for holders, good for token price. But like I said, I read that white paper on Kuma, and I was just so intrigued by that infinite money loop, because that's just a killer utility. I can't mention it enough. But so I bought Kuma, and it did nothing. It did nothing for a while. And that was one area where the utility of the breeder was nice because I'm sitting there earning a bunch of DKuma, and yeah, DKuma wasn't worth much, and in the grand scheme of what I think it'll be worth, it's not worth much now. So, you know, it took some time before it really got out there and had that first huge pump, which maybe a lot of you knew about in October. But before, um, and this is kind of getting to maybe not having to have utility. So one other unique thing about Kuma that I didn't mention is that we have a massive amount of liquidity burn. We have, I believe, 7 million right now in liquidity burn. And like I said, we're around 20 million market cap. And these numbers may not be exactly accurate, but they're close. But so that's huge. In comparison, market cap to liquidity, that is massive. So, that in itself, you've got to have something that people are going to look at. So if you're not going to have a utility that's killing it, you got to have something. And I know that liquidity being burnt just brought in so many people because it's another reason why the Kuma price is hard to move because of that ratio of liquidity to market cap. So, the further we get away from those points, really the more massive movement you'll see. So I think having too many utilities is a bad thing. I think having great utilities is a good thing. But I think overall it takes something. You've got to have something that's going to set you out from everybody else. And hey, if you have 2 or 3, that's great. But I'm a firm believer in being great at a few things is always better than being half good at 10 different things. Because at the end of the day, I want that deck to be a sound platform. I don't need and no offense to coins with games, I don't need all of these other things. I want the utilities that we have to be very sound. And I think that, going back to the being great at a few things, whatever your product is going to be connected to your token, it's got to be great. If it's not a utility, some of these donations and things like that, it's got to be something great. There's so many tokens out now, you have to have something to set you apart.
I so agree with you. The whole jack of all trades, master of none thing is a real problem when projects come in and just start listing off things and then they don't follow through. They can't. They set their sights maybe a little bit too high, maybe not realistically, and they don't have the people, they don't have the experience, and once they start not following through on things, that's when you start losing community members. Hey, Kay.
Hey everybody. Hi A. Thank you so much. So firstly, I did want to say I hope you all can hear me. That I actually started out with blue chips, so I am big on utility, but I think for meme coins, I think that it's not necessary, at least not in the beginning. I think it makes sense to start out with, basically building the community, because the biggest part of the meme token is going to be the community and how they engage and how they do things. And I can say that I am invested in Volts. I found Volt after that whole, I think it was like 80%, it had dropped. And the reason that I invested in it was because, of course, I went on the voice chat. I heard Pablo, and just the way that I saw the community shilling and the things that I saw them doing, I just knew it was going to blow up. So that was really what got me into it. For any ladies that are actually on this space, we have a women's investment network, and the ladies and me, we always talk about what are the reasons we invest. And one of the things I always tell them is to go into the community and to see what they're doing. And that's how I usually make a determination. And I'm sorry, I'm like out of breath because I was like running around doing things. So sorry about that. But yeah, that's really important, is how the community engages. After the fact, then I think after the token has proven itself, after they've grown that community, if that voice chat is open 24/7, then I'm buying in, because I know that those are the tokens that are normally going to blow up, because the community or people that come in that see that, it builds a certain sense of confidence in them. Like they feel secure that they can put their money there, and they know that these people are going to be around because they're there 24/7. So once again, I'm sorry about my voice, but yeah, I did want to say I do think utility is important, but I think that the hype, the momentum, the community engagement is more important, and then utility can come after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, there are two parts of this. One is, building a pipe and bringing people in. And then the bigger, longer term question is what's going to make people stay? So I think it takes a combination of a lot of things, and you really do have to find the right formula for your project. Because most of these projects, 99% of these projects are not going to make it. We all know that.
Right. Yeah. So be strategic and do things in steps. You know what I mean? Don't try to hit everyone with, with everything all at once and say we're gonna do, all of these different things and then you're not able to deliver, do everything in steps and be strategic about what you do. And I think, that's helpful. And I did want to say, thank you so much, for everyone that's here. I did speak with Pablo and Marco beforehand. I connected with them before, we did the spaces, and I know that Susie and A, they were reaching out to Radix DogeCube and to Chameleonaire for Kuma. So thank you everyone that's here. We all had a blast organizing this, and I'm grateful to all of you all.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much to everybody. I'm looking at the time, just trying to be conscious of everybody's time tonight. We usually do try to keep this to about an hour. But I do see there are a few folks that wanted to speak. But before we get to that, I did want to give our guests an opportunity just to make any announcements that you want to share on your projects, anything that we can look forward to. We have a lot of people on this call, so I'm sure each of you are probably going to have some new eyes on your Telegram communities and on your coins.
I can go if you want. Regarding DogeCube, we will put in place our index within the next 6 months. We are still working on smart contract on the testnet of Radix, and we are waiting for it to be deployed. And along that, during this period, we have signed 5 centralized exchange to be more exposed on the in and out fiat volumes. And we are quite happy where we are going along. So if you have any blockchain questions and you need some answers regarding any protocols on this high-tech domain, be our guest and come in our channel, and we'll be pleased to help you on this very interesting journey. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Anybody else want to make any other announcements for their projects?
Yeah, I will. I'll say a few things. So Kuma X is coming soon. The devs have confirmed. Like I said, they have a date coming up soon. Hasn't been released yet, but they have it in mind. If you know anything about Kuma, they're very SHIB-like, just very, very secretive about their plans, and they just kind of let their actions speak for them. I want to give a huge shout out to the Kuma community, and just as another little announcement, we're doing a listing fund for an upcoming listing that costs about 20K. So 86 donations in 3 days to hit 20K. Just to speak to the power and the the force of the Kuma community, and 86 transactions is kind of a lot, for that amount of money. So it's not like we have one person dumping in a ton of money or anything like that. It's a lot of Joe Blows, a lot of average Joes just skimming off the top of their paycheck what they can, because they believe in what Kuma is doing and headed towards. So, I would just love to have any of you as holders to come join us in the Telegram, be a part of the community. We have big things coming. We like I said, get yourself a bag of Kuma and stake it, and get you some D-Kuma and just start that infinite loop.
Love it. Any other announcements, guys?
No, just basically, I would like to really say thank you so much for hosting this. Thank you so much for having all these different great projects, doing things for communities, doing things for as far as utilities. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's amazing bringing these communities together, bringing us together as representatives of these projects. Definitely keep a close eye on, of course, CWI. Keep a close eye on all these projects. Just to be accepted in this space, to be here with you is really special. And I know that we obviously have gotten through some hoops for that. So thank you so much for having us.
For sure. Pablo, any other big announcements? You have all yours.
Well, first of all, I want to tell you thank you for letting me come to the space. We've been planning it for a little while, and I'm glad I was invited. I'm very humble about it. I appreciate it. All I can say, guys, is look, you got to look at the bigger picture. We're about to get listed on 9 top tier exchanges. Top tier. We're not talking Hobbit. We're talking top tier. Okay? We're talking the best of the best. We got people like your pop, Jake, all the best influencers just nonstop talking about us. Volt's going to the top. The name, the supply. We have automatic burns in the Binance network and the Ethereum network. Automatic burns every day, not including the manual burn. We have decreased our supply to 66 trillion. We lost 9 zeros with migration, and then on top of that, we just lost a zero today on both sides of the chain. So all I'm saying is you got to just take the time and see what's going on around you. Look at all these projects. Go look around and see where your money should go. Go appreciate a community. Go appreciate the leadership in those communities. Go see what those people got to offer for you. That's what you got to do. Do your research. Take your time and appreciate a value, because for the last almost 4 months, I've been telling people to get themselves some volts. Nonstop. Get you some volt. We even made a song that says get you some volt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you again, get you some volt, because we're going to the top. And when I say billions, I mean it. I mean it. People thought I was crazy that I told them we were going to 100 million. They thought I was crazy. They're like, it's just you by your damn self in the voice chat. You sound like a damn scammer. Well, let me tell you this, guys. If you don't dream big, you got nothing. You got to dream big, or you're never going to make it. Never. And you got to get your community to dream big with you. You got to be crazy together. If you're not crazy together, then you're by your damn self, and you're never going to push your project. Never. That's it. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you. There are a few folks wanting to speak, so we've got a few minutes left. Feel free.
All right, I'm gonna
Welcome.
keep it short. My name's Cassidy. I'm from the Volt Army. I'm one of the admins there. Pablo forgot to mention we gotta play the earn game, and basically any project can participate in the game and earn burns and buyback for their project just by playing the game and representing it, and they get free promotion while they're playing the game.
Thank you for that. And folks, for anybody that joined late, we do have information on all 4 of our featured projects up top. If you just scroll up, you can join their Twitters, join their Telegrams if you want. So I see it's a little bit after 10. I think we're going to wrap up. Hearty and sincere thanks to all 4 of our projects, Radix DogeCube, Kuma, Crypto Wrestling Inu, and Volt. Take a look at their projects, take a look at their communities, and definitely take a look at ours, DeFiAngels.com. Please join our Telegram. If you're a woman, please join our women's group. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And this was a great conversation. Thank you all for joining. I am sure this is not the last of our meme conversations. We had a long list of projects that we were eager to speak to.
And in addition to that, thank you for all of the guests that came on to speak. Mr. Peanut Butter from Radix, DogeCube, Chameleonaire from Kuma, Marco representing CWI, Crypto Wrestling Inu, and Pablo Crow from Volt. Thank you all. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everybody. And we should be having another Twitter Spaces in about 2 weeks. So look out for that. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Take care.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Of our projects, Radix DogeCube, Kuma, Crypto Wrestling Inu, and Volt. Take a look at their projects, take a look at their communities, and definitely take a look at ours, DeFiAngels.com. Please join our Telegram. If you're a woman, please join our women's group. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And this was a great conversation. Thank you all for joining. I am sure this is not the last of our meme conversations. We had a long list of projects that we were eager to speak to.
And in addition to that, thank you for all of the guests that came on to speak. Mr. Peanut Butter from Radix, DogeCube, Chameleonaire from Kuma, Marco representing CWI, Crypto Wrestling Inu, and Pablo Crow from Volt. Thank you all. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks so lot.
Thanks, everybody. And we should be having another Twitter Spaces in about 2 weeks. So look out for that. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Take care.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.